Good afternoon, me again. Thought I'd show this. This is how a West lock. This is not the key to it, but I'm gonna show how to make a key for it. Quickset also fits in there, but I thought I would show how to read the pins that are in the plug. I'm not gonna bother picking it because that might take a while to do. So I'll just go through the top. If I can get this off to show. I don't have the key for this. So I thought I would show how to use depth keys to make a key for a lock that does not have doesn't have a key. Probably gonna end up breaking this thing in half. Trying to pull this off this way. Okay. Pull all these springs out. Some look like they're damaged. I might put some new springs in there. And I need something to grab that first spring because it's under the faceplate of the. Alright, I gotta definitely replace that one. I might as well replace them all. So I'm gonna just toss these ones and get new ones. Every single pin came out. Just hoping that wouldn't have happened, but gives me a fresh canvas to work with on what to pin it up with if all the pins would come out. There it goes. Okay. Alright, now find all the key pins and put them in here any which way. It seems like there was a master wafer in there. A couple master wafers must have been master keyed. Well, I'm not gonna put them in back in the top pin. I'm gonna use the pins, the key pins as they are. When I get once I get them all of them in there. Those are top pins. Top pin. A master pin. There's a key pin here. If this video takes long, I'm sorry. Thought I would show this how this is done. Okay, all the key pins are in. Alright, we're going to start with, I need a piece of paper for this, and a pen. And what you're gonna do is, I like to mark, I put a B and a T on the B for blade, bow, and T for tip. And what I'll do is I will take each key starting with the 0 or 1, whichever it's marked, and stick it in there and look at the pins. And it's going to be a little harder to do with the light shining in my eyes, but it looks like number 4 is the 0. So I'll put a number 4 down. And it looks almost like the number 3 was a 1. So I'm going to try to put in there, and it actually is a 1. I'll mark that down. Alright, now the next one looked like it could have been a 2, which was the first pin. And that is a 2. Double check it. Yep. Now, number 2, then the second pin looks like it could be a number 4. So I will put number 4 in there. And that's what it looks like. It's a number 4. And then the last one looks like it could be a 5 or a 6. Let's see, a 5. Well, the 5 is just a little bit high, so it's got to be the 6. And the 6 is too low, so it's got to be the 5. I will go make a key and those numbers and be right back. Okay, I'm back. I made a key. That's the bitting. And as you can see, they all lined up pretty even. They lined up evenly pretty good. And this is empty. And it turns. Got a little clicky there, but I think that's because the pins are not pushed down, or not pushed down when they go by. Might be a little off. Might be a little off on one of them. Don't know, but it works pretty good. I don't have the back to this. I'm going to have to look for a back to put on this, but I'm going to now put. I think I'm going to put in some security pins instead of maybe a couple of standards. Put a spool and put in a spool and serrated in this. Got my security pin kit here. And I'm gonna put a spool, I think, in the second one. First I gotta take this out and put first pin in there and possibly spring because of the cover on this thing. It's like this. I don't think I can bend it over too well. No, I'm about to put the pin that I'm going to put in there is going to be a standard, and keep my finger over the hole so I can do that. And hopefully I can get the spring in there when I go to put the spring in. Before I put the top, when I put the top on, put the standard in there in the first hole slot. All right, now I'm going to put a spool in the second one. I will put a standard top pin in the third, and I will put a serrated in the fourth, and then in the fifth I will put I'll put a T-pin in the last one. Make it interesting. Okay. Now I'm going to put the springs in. Get a couple springs. I'll use a couple different sizes. Put a little bitty copper one in there. I'll have to put it in the first one somehow. I'll put a put another different style copper one in there. That might fit in there. Might be able to go in there better. I'll put another one in there somewhere else too. Almost have to twist it in there. Kind of get past that faceplate. Okay, that's in there. I'm gonna put this is the kind I put in the first one, the longer copper spring. I put a shorter copper spring in the second hole. Put a longer one. I'll put a longer steel spring in 3. Put a short copper one in the 4, and I will put a short steel pin, if I can get one out. Put a short steel pin in the last hole in chamber 5. Now put the cover on, so if I can get it to go on. Now it should work with the key I made. If not, I don't know what I did wrong. It should work, and it does. It's a little clicky still, but it turns one way. Turns both ways now. All I have to do now is look and see if I have a back to put on there, and that thing's ready to go. Thank you for watching.